Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Dear students, I am your physics teacher and today we will start from the topic the terms associated with motion, which is from unit number 2 kinematics on book page number 34. So the terms associated with motion are position, distance, displacement, speed, velocity, acceleration. Now we are going to discuss all of the above one by one. So the number 1 is position. The position of an object can be described in rectangular coordinate system where origin O can serve as a reference point. If one or more coordinates of an object change, we say that the object is in motion. The choice of a set of axes in a frame of reference depends upon the situation. For example, for describing the motion in one dimension, we need only one axis. To describe the motion in 2 or 3 dimensions, we need a set of 2 or 3 axes. So position of an object is usually represented with the letters small alphabets X, R, S, L or D. As you see on your screen, the three-dimensional coordinate plane, x-axis, y-axis and z-axis, and here the two-dimensional coordinate plane, that is x and y-axis, where origin shows the reference point. This figure represents the position of different buildings along the x-axis. The second term is distance, and the definition is the length of the path traveled between two positions is called distance. Distance has no direction and therefore it is a scalar quantity. Distance is usually denoted by delta x, delta r, delta s, delta l or delta d. So with the help of any one alphabet, these which are given, we can represent the distance. The distance has SI unit, which is meter. As you see on your screen, the different figures which shows the distance. As the two kids are standing, so the distance between them shows by an arrow. And there are two trees which are at position A and C. So from A to B and B to C, this will give us the distance, because this shows the length between the 2 points. The black line, which is from point A to point C, also shows the length of the area, the length of the 2 points, between the 2 points. But this one is known as the shortest distance and the straight distance. So the specific word is the shortest and straight. So the shortest and the straight path is known as displacement, which is our another term. So the distance is the length between the 2 points that shows by from point A to B and B to C. So there are two ways with the help of which we can move from point A to C. That is, the one path is from A to B and B to C, and the other path is the straight shortest path. So the red line shows the distance while the black line shows the displacement. So the definition of displacement is the shortest direct distance between the two positions is called displacement. The straight distance from one point to another is called displacement. And the explanation is displacement has direction and therefore it is a vector quantity. So we will mention the arrowhead on the symbol of the displacement, which is denoted by this with the same alphabets as with the help of which we represent the distance, that is delta x, delta r, delta s, delta l or delta d. Displacement has as the SI unit, which is as same as that of the distance, that is meter. The example of the displacement is if your friend asks you how far is your home from school and you tell her that is about 4 kilometers from school. You actually told her the length of the path covered by road. It could be a complicated motion, twisted, zigzag or curved. You specified the distance of your home. On the other hand, if you reply that it is 1.6 kilometers straight towards east, this time you are telling her displacement of your home, which is the shortest and the straight path. It means distance shows length of the path covered, which may be straight or curved, but displacement is the shortest or straight distance between 2 points and also specify the direction of that path. These different figures shows the difference between the distance and the displacement. In the first figure, the black line shows the distance, which is 1 kilometer towards east and 1 kilometer towards north, because we want to move from the initial position to the final position. While the green color arrow shows the displacement. In this figure, the red and the green line shows the distance, which is with the help of which we move from home to school, and the blue arrow shows the displacement because this is the shortest and the straight path. Same is the case. We move from the start to the end point. So the green line shows the distance. This shows with the help of the curved path, while the black arrow is the shortest straight path. Therefore, this is known as the displacement. In your book, figure 2.5. The school is taken at the origin of geographical coordinate system. Distance to home is shown with blue color line and the displacement to home is shown with the red arrow. The magnitude of distance and displacement. As you see in your book, page number 35, that the magnitude of the displacement can be equal to the path length transferred by an object. This is distance. For example, straight line motion. While the magnitude of the displacement for a course of motion may be 0, but the corresponding path length distance is not 0. For example, the same starting and the ending point. So when the starting and the ending point will be the same, therefore in that condition the displacement will be 0. As you see, as you can understand with the help of this figure, that we want to move from point A to B, B to C, C to D, and then back to A. So we want to move from point A and then back to A. Therefore, this is also known as a circular motion in the form of the rectangular path. But the starting and the ending point is the same, that is A. Therefore, it's displaced. In this case, the displacement is 0. While the distance is covered from A to B, which is 3 meter, then B to C is 5 meter, then C to D is again 3 meter, and D to A is 5. Therefore, the total distance is 16 meter. The another term is speed. So the definition of speed is the measure of the distance delta s covered with passage of time delta t is called speed. Speed is denoted by small v, and mathematically we will represent the speed is equal to distance divided by elapsed time, where delta shows the change while elapsed means past time. Or we can symbolically represent by v is equal to delta s divided by delta t. Delta means change, therefore we will replace the delta s by sf minus si, where f shows the final while I shows the initial position. And again the delta t is also replaced by tf minus ti. Now what is delta? This is the this is a triangular structure or triangular form representing the change in quantity. Here we use the symbol this delta, or you can see the triangle for both the distance and displacement. It is the Greek letter delta and is used to represent a change in a quantity for initial position Si and final position Sf. Change in displacement is defined as delta S is equal to SF minus SI. Similarly, the elapsed time delta T is the difference between the ending time TF and the beginning time TI. So delta T is also is equal to the TF minus TI. As the distance is a scalar quantity, therefore speed is also a scalar quantity because time is always taken with the scalar quantity, because there is no need of direction in case of time. The SI unit of speed is meter per second. The speed tells the quantitatively how fast an object is in motion. Now here we will discuss the example. For example, while going from Peshawar to Islamabad through motorway M1, we leave at 2 p.m. and cross Sawabi interchange about 80 km from Peshawar interchange at 3 p.m. Our speed can be obtained by using the formula of speed, that is V is equal to SF minus SI divided by TF minus TI, where SF shows the final distance, that is 80 km. SI shows the initial distance, that is 0 km. TF shows the final time or the ending time, that is the 3 hours, and TI shows the initial time or the beginning time, that is 2 hours. So putting these values in the formula, we get V is equal to 80 minus 0 divided by 3 minus 2. We will get V is equal to 80 km per hour. Here, this figure shows the speedometer. Like a stopwatch, this speedometer is placed in our vehicles or in motorcycle, in every vehicle, with the help of which we can tell us that with which speed a vehicle is moving, which is given in kilometer per hour, which is a larger unit. So with the help of this speedometer, we can calculate the speed of the car, but not the direction. Now there are types of speed. There are 4 types of speed: average speed, instantaneous speed, uniform speed, and the variable speed. Now we will discuss one by one the average speed. The definition will be the same, only a little difference between all these definitions. So the definition of average speed is the net or the total distance S divided by the total time T. So the formula of average speed is equal to total distance divided by total time, and the symbol of the average speed is a small v, but it is enclosed with the triangle in triangular brackets. So whenever the small v is enclosed in a triangular bracket, then that shows the average speed, not only the speed. The v in triangular brackets is equal to S divided by T, and the unit is as same as that of the speed, which is meter per second, or the larger unit kilometer per hour. For example, the total distance to Islamabad is 155 km via motorway. We take total time of 3.5 hours, that is 3 hours and 30 minutes. Our average speed is calculated by using average speed formula, that is V in triangular brackets is equal to S divided by T, which is equal to 155 divided by 3.5, and then we get 44.3 km per hour. So our average speed is 44.3 km per hour. However, we know that at times we travel faster than this, and on other occasions we were slow. Even we took rest at restaurant in our way for about half an hour, so we are sometimes not interested in average speed. The other term is the instantaneous speed, and the definition is the instantaneous speed is a speed for short time interval delta t, very small, such that the limit approaching to 0. Instantaneous arises from the word instant, or we can say that at any moment, each and every moment, what is the speed that shows in case of the instantaneous speed, where the time limit approaches to 0. So the limit delta t approaching to 0, close to 0 but not 0, indicates that we are observing the change in distance in a time as small as possibly close to 0. This is the speed the speedometer of our car shows, which keep track of changes in speed within a fraction of a second. So it will tell us that the speed in a fraction of a second. The other term is the uniform speed. Uniform means not change, or we can say that the word same. So if a body covers equal distances in equal intervals of time, we say that the speed is uniform. In case of average speed, we use the word total. And in case of uniform speed, we use the word equal. So uniform speed, as the name indicates, is the speed which does not change. When a body moves with uniform speed, the average and the instantaneous speeds are same. The formula will be the same as the speed. V is equal to S by T, and the unit is also same, meter per second or kilometer per hour. The next term is the variable speed. A body is said to be moving with variable speed. Variable to vary, change. If it covers unequal distance in equal intervals of time. Variable means change. So variable speed is the distance covered by a body with the speed which changes for a given time interval. For example, when driving a car, you do not maintain particular speed. When we throw a ball, its speed keeps on changing due to resistive forces and other factors. So this type of speed is called variable speed. So it means that all the peoples, or we, whenever we move from one place to another place, we attain the variable speed. Because at one moment we will move with greater speed, but at another moment we will move with the slow speed. So this is known as the variable speed. I hope you understand all the terms related to speed. Thank you for listening.